Let's try that again. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. We got a really fun stream tonight. We got my buddy Ben Shahvar here. We got some topics to talk about, and we're gonna have a giveaway. We're gonna open up some, I think they're called Real Fever soccer packs. So let's see what we get into tonight. But first order of business is we're gonna talk about our 5 topics. So let's start out with that. Let me get that ready over here. All right, so our 5 topics today. First of all, the stress packs. I don't know how many of you were in there trying to get that stress test pack the other day, but that was a fun little throwback, wasn't it? And that kind of, it almost makes me feel like we're gonna see Run It Back packs real soon, because it almost felt like a Run It Back throwback to earlier Top Shot. We had like the messed up queue, we had the delays. So everything about it felt very Run It Back to me. And one thing to consider, though, just from the market perspective, and this is from Top Shot Talk and John Boy Beats and Moment Ranks, is that those packs had a lot of 4,000 rookies. There was a whole lot of that circulation that entered. And so if you're holding those, you might want to let some of those go. They're already starting to go down, and there's going to be some more of those apparently in future packs. So that's just something to keep in mind. But in general, I'm excited. You even were able to potentially purchase a second pack. I didn't know this, but maybe some of you did that. And we're going to open one of those packs later with my good buddy Tandy Talks, or my other Tandy friend. There's only one other Tandy. But anyhow, next, keep those carrots coming. Are you guys realizing this? Top Shot and their marketing team is keeping us engaged with carrots at the end of that stick. We had our Okoro quest, and that was literally minutes after I made a video on Monday saying how slow and quiet Top Shot was, and literally just to like give me a nice little smack across the face, it was like 30 seconds after I hit publish, the Okoro quest was live. As soon as the Okoro quest was live, we had this all NBA showcase challenge as well. So it's like one after another after another. It's keeping people engaged. Another thing they're doing on Twitter is like their social media team is doing a good job. They're doing this recreate moment thing, which I absolutely loved. Here's my pal Chewy Wolf doing a little alley-oop with his son. And I loved that. I thought that was so creative. That was so much fun. And I really prefer this kind of social media activation compared to something like this, where they ask you a Twitter trivia question, and literally 1,000 people just go Google it, post it, and just hope that the Top Shot intern chooses them. So I love the creativity, and I hope that they keep that up. NFT rug alert. So this isn't Top Shot related, but for any of you who are keeping track of the NFT market, and I'm actually kind of curious how many of you in this current chat right now are. Like, how many of you are just Top Shot, and how many of you are also keeping your eye and purchasing other NFTs? Because the last few days, we had some very dramatic rug pulls. In other words, you put some money in and the creators just kind of take that money and run. The first one, it wasn't really a rug pull, but this is the Untamed Elephants. So what happened was there was like a personal tragedy that the guy had in the Discord. A lot of people thought he wasn't telling the truth, and the price just tanked. And since then, it's recovered a tiny bit, but it's still pretty low. And caused a whole lot of doubt. Then immediately following that, there's this other drop called the 9021. I thought this was like a 90210. I used to watch that show as a kid. So I thought we were going to see like some Jason Priestley NFTs or something. But the 9021 project, and apparently they had people sending money to like a black hole wallet, and people just lost their money. And then they go in the Discord and they're like, whoopsie daisy, like I guess you guys should pay closer attention. So that was crazy. I'm glad I didn't get involved in that. And I think it was interesting, I guess, this art. It kind of reminded people of art blocks. It got people excited, but obviously not quite the case. And then finally, these guys. These were the Boneheads. I saw this art actually on Twitter, and I'm like, that art kind of looks kind of cool. All these people minted these skeletons, and then immediately after, when they received their skeletons, they saw that they actually had like 0 rarity among the skeletons. There was like 1 rare trait, which means those are worth more money. And then very soon after, the wallets were like cleared out, and the creators just escaped out the back door. And this was just in the span of a few days. And this space is incredibly volatile, as you guys know. But where this doesn't happen? This doesn't happen on NBA Top Shot. And that's why I think it's useful to sort of see what else is going on in NFTs. Finally, or 2 more. We got the quests. Jacob released on Twitter that the quests are now stars too. So this Isaac Okoro that I got with my beautifully huge cereal, he now has a red star. And what that means in the future, at least for now, it means that it's got some more collector score attached to it. And who knows, it could be something pretty cool down the road. We don't know what's going to happen with this kind of utility for challenge rewards. And what if they did it retroactively? That was kind of an idea passed over to me too. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would make that Ben Simmons Cool Cats quest a lot more interesting. And finally, sets keep on continuing their positive streak. So I have one set in particular. This is from the Seeing Stars. If you know Luca Beast, he manages the Seeing Stars group. And, we're just seeing that people just keep on buying in. And the question is, are people buying in because the 9 Lives Lounge is so attractive, or are there other reasons? And we're going to talk about the 9 Lives Lounge today, because my very special guest, Ben Shahvar, is in the 9 Lives Lounge. So he's going to pull back that velvet curtain, and we're going to hear all about the 9 Lives Lounge. Apparently, they've had drop-ins from the head of marketing and Roham himself. So I'm excited for that. So those are our topics for today. And let's just say hello to a few people in the chat. We got Jay Miner, my buddy over there. We got Catatonic, keeping it safe with Top Shot only. We got our pal Tandy NFTs. He's going to rip one later. Collins, he's here for the first time. Welcome, Collins. I like that avatar. That's cool. So let's just get right into it. I want to welcome my special guest, and I'm trying to like cut my guests down a little bit so we don't go for like 2 hours. By the way, those of you in the chat who watch like 5-hour streams, I'm very curious about that. So like type in the chat if you're one of those guys who watches streams for 4.5 hours. I want to know more about you. Anyhow, let's bring in Ben to the stream. Ben Shahvar, you got to follow this guy on Twitter. He's been putting out some really entertaining Twitter videos lately, and people really seem to love them. He even got like retweeted by the great LG Doucette on the first mint. Who else retweeted you, Ben?
Well, actually, I was liked by Doucette.
Okay, just a like.
Yeah, not retweeted. But no, it's been fantastic. So thanks for having me on here, Tandy. I've been a big fan of yours for a while. And I wanted to say that what I really like about your show, Tandy, is you got a real Top Shot show, right? I mean, I love all the other content. There's some great content producers out there, but a lot of them talk about what they had for breakfast the other day. And you're the only guy out there that talks Top Shot, okay? I like it, man. Very happy to be here.
Awesome. And I appreciate that. And I talked about this when I was on the Moment podcast too. It's like there's so many great podcasts or shows about Top Shot, but none of them are, in my opinion, really keep it sort of short, to the point, opinion based. And that's kind of where I saw an opening. But yeah, Ben, you're a great follow. If you're not following Ben, you need to do so. So anyway, Ben, I'm really glad to have you on. And I saw that video that you posted, and maybe we can start there, which is you were talking about like how you were sort of down in the dumps in terms of account value, and you now you are sort of feeling great. And so I want you to like be able to tell us a little bit about how that worked. What was your strategy, how you got here? Because I think a lot of people who saw that video are who want to hear more about that.
Yeah. So, a lot of us are February people, right? We heard about it in February. We hopped on in February, and we got addicted to the crack, right?
Yeah.
And our account values went up like crazy, and we thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And we just kind of all aped in. And then what happened from there was extremely depressing.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Yeah. And so at one point I was down, my account value, according to Evaluate Market, was down $10,000. As it stands right now, if you go to my account and Evaluate Market, I'm up $19,000.
The point is, I'm rich, rich, rich.
So I'm not on here to brag about my account, okay? But what I am on here to do is to help other people, and just to tell my story and to say, that's a $29,000 swing, right? And it's now going up. Everybody's doing well now, because the accounts are bumping. But for those of you who maybe are not seeing that bump, it might be helpful to hear how I did it. And the most important thing is there was that February, March period was just a big honeymoon, right? I love Top Shot. I'm sleeping with my moments next to me. I'm playing make-out music, and we're just in love, right? And we went to the honeymoon, fantastic, right? And then there's that period after that where it's not so great. And I started to get upset, and I started to get critical of Top Shot because I wasn't happy the direction that it was going. They had a lot of issues, in my opinion, and I stand by those criticisms. They had a lot of communication problems. Looking back on it, I think that was the main thing, was their communication. But I never lost faith in the product. And as evidenced by that, I never stopped buying. I kept freaking buying. And I started to build a list of dream moments, right? Because the key to success in Top Shot, there's lots of them, but one of them is you got to have the premier moments. You got to have the premium moments, right? You're not going to do well in Top Shot if you own Najee Marshall. I don't even know that's the right way to say his name. I love the NBA. I don't even know who the frick this guy is. Okay?
I don't know who he is either.
Yeah. Okay. That's not how you're going to get to success. Okay. And there's a lot of things out there, but the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what are you in Top Shot for? Are you in it for because you love basketball and that's it? Well, then you don't care about your account value. Is it because you want to make money? You need to get your priorities straight. If it is because you want to make money and you love the NBA. So let's say you love the NBA and you just don't want to lose money and you also want to make money. That's me. I love the NBA. I love basketball. I've been a Warrior fan my whole life. I was a season ticket holder for 20 years, but I don't want to lose money.
You're a season ticket holder for 20 years?
Yeah. Until they moved to San Francisco. I went to San I had ninth. Listen, that's a whole nother podcast, my brother. I had ninth row center court.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Think about that, dude. I had ninth row center court, not because I'm somebody, but because they were horrible for 20 years. People don't really remember that. And the Warriors were calling you and they were begging you to take seats, begging you because nobody wanted to go. They were horrible. And we said, okay. And we got, I would probably say, the best seats in the house outside of floor seats. Ninth row center court, like literally dead center, 9 rows up. And then they just got really good and we kept the seats. And then I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but then they moved to Chase Center and we got worse seats for double the price. We did it for 1 year and then we said, see you later. Yeah. But anyway, so if you love basketball and you just don't want to lose money and you'd actually like to see your assets appreciate, that was my sweet spot. So I never lost faith in the product, and I kept buying, and I knew I wanted to have the premier moments. So I created a list of the premier moments I wanted. And as soon as they were dropping and dropping and dropping, and I bought along the way, and I was complaining the whole time. Don't get me wrong. But when I saw them drop, I jumped and I created rules for myself and a list. I know I'm droning on that I'm happy to share with you guys all these maxims I created, almost like John frickin' Wooden, right? That I just did. And I bought all these premier moments, and I especially bought the bottom. And now here we are today.
So you timed the bottom pretty well, it sounds like.
I mean, I bought all on the way down, but at the bottom, you were looking at these prices. And by the way, guys, I got to tell you something. We're still at the bottom. We are still very much at the bottom on a lot of stuff. But at the bottom, I was looking at these prices, and I said, Anthony Edwards Rising Stars for $825. Like, if this product does anything, like, that's a no-brainer. And so I did what I had to do, and I sold what I had to sell, and I jumped on it. I jumped on it, and I jumped on a lot of those moments because, like, this is too cheap. This is way too cheap.
Because in February, you were buying things like that for probably thousands of dollars.
And exactly. And not only that, I was tracking them, because I'm addicted. I'm a freaking Top Shot addict, degen, like you guys all are. Like we all are. We're all freaking here. It's Saturday.
No one's here on a Saturday at 6 p.m. who's not
right.
A Top
The
Shot.
15 of us that are freaking here, we're all degenerates. And so not only did I know what those prices were, I was tracking them the whole time. And these moments have cycles, right? They'll hit an up and they'll float down, and they'll hit an up and they'll float down. And you guys remember there was that collector score bump so there was this dip where Anthony Edwards hit like $7.99. And I was thinking to myself, should I buy this? I don't know. Like, I'm so scared, blah, 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 blah. And then boom, this collector score bump goes up to 2,500. I said to myself, shit. So I said to myself, if it ever goes back down there, I'm doing whatever I got to do to get that moment. And I did that on a lot of moments. And that's what I did when I went back down.
Right. Well, that's amazing. It's paid off for you. And I do think that there are still opportunities like that currently. I think that, not everyone is going to go spend $800 on Anthony Edwards moment. There might be people whose top, budget, like somebody like me right now. I got burned in February, and I'm I don't quite have the guts that you have to ape in as hard, but I'm looking for what appear to be great values. So like for me personally, I just bought some like S1. They're not Top Shot debut, but they're all stars, and it's S1, and like 800 of them are still in packs. So when they do that trade ticket thing, they said that they're going to like space it out. So hopefully that'll be in my favor.
Yeah. And I think you bring up a great point. Like, it really has nothing to do with money, right? It has nothing to do with money. First of all, for everybody listening, do not spend outside your means, because you don't want to be leveraged. Because when you're leveraged, you're also not going to enjoy Top Shot. And really, what is this, guys? It's a freaking hobby, right? It's a hobby. And I mean, I'd love to quit my job and do this full time. That'd be freaking awesome. But it's a hobby. So don't over leverage yourself where you're not going to enjoy yourself. Spend within your means. But just because some people have a certain risk tolerance, I like to risk a lot because I want a big reward. Some people are not comfortable with that. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can risk little and gain little if that's what you're comfortable with. It doesn't mean it's bad. But at any price point, there are so many deals and there's so many things you can do. You just put in your price point the most you want to spend, go to your marketplace, do lowest ask descending, right? There are so many market inefficiencies. It's going to blow your mind, and you're going to go through it. And we can get through all my philosophies, but you can go through it and you're going to say, what is this player doing new next to this player?
Yeah.
And God, everything I'm going to tell you today, you guys probably already know, but most people don't have the courage of their convictions, right? So most people are like, oh yeah, should I do this? And oh, I don't know. Like, I'm afraid. And look, if you're not willing to risk, there's no reward. So at some point, you're going to have to risk. It's just the nature. It's true. It's the nature of the game. If you're not willing to risk, you're not going to get anything. Just like you want to go with that cheerleader to the prom. Well, I'll tell you what, you're never going to go if you never ask her. It's just not going to happen. She's not going to come ask you. You need to take control of your account, and you need to make it happen. So, for example, for me, I think the number one thing here, if you guys want to take anything to move forward, like, okay, this guy's talking, he's saying a bunch of stuff, he's moving his hands around a lot. Okay, what do I do now? The number one thing you got to do now, guys, get over February. Get over it. That's the biggest problem everybody has. Oh, in February, I lost so much money and blah, 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 blah. You're pissed. You're angry. You're mad. You're sad. That's your problem. Get over it. It happened. It's done. Stop thinking about it, because that's your problem right now. Your account tanked and you're holding on to it. Okay. So do you want to be mad and you just stay mad and you don't want to make money and you don't want to enjoy Top Shot anymore? That's your prerogative. But if you want to make money and you want to enjoy Top Shot again, because the two go hand in hand, get over it. Get over it. It happened. It's in the past. So how do we move on from here? What happened in February was Top Shot messed up. It was a big mistake. But now we got to move on. And once you put it behind you and realize this is the best way to think about it. Let's say, Tandy, right now, today, you joined Top Shot.
Okay.
You never had ever. You joined today. What would you be doing?
I'd be looking at all-stars. I'd be looking at great players.
But what would you think about Top Shot if you joined it today?
Oh, okay. That's what you're asking. If I know nothing about Top Shot.
Yeah.
And I was in Las Vegas and I went to go to the bathroom and I saw that kiosk.
Yeah, you met a guy in the bathroom, but after that.
I met a guy in the bathroom. We had a really long chat next to each other in the urinal.
Right.
Really strong eye contact.
You make eye contact in the bathroom?
Only at the urinal.
Okay, that makes sense.
And when I get back to my hotel room, I open up that laptop. I sign up and it's just a breeze. It's a complete breeze. But
what I'm trying to ask you is you signed up in February and you loved it, right?
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to love it even more now.
Right. And what are you doing? All you're doing is buying like crazy, like you did then, right?
Well, that's a good question, actually. Because I might challenge that perception a little bit. Because when I first joined, the reason why I got that crazy rush and I was like literally drunk on Top Shot and I would have these pounding headaches at the end of the day was because the values were just skyrocketing. Anything you could blindfold yourself and throw a dart and anything was going up in value. So I felt like any time I'm spending sleeping or like reading the news is time that I'm not buying like a Darren Fox
that's happening now. That's happening right now.
Okay, so then it's very possible that people feel that same way now. But I don't think it's as drastic, though. It's not as drastic.
Not as drastic, no. And thank God it's not as drastic.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was crack. But what's happening now is people have this memory of February, so they're reticent. If they didn't have that memory and you just joined Top Shot now, you'd be going nuts. You think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I can make money with sports. Like, this is my dream, right?
That's exactly how I felt too.
What's that?
That's exactly how I felt too.
Yeah, but people have this memory of February and it's inhibiting them. And it's your loss because it's inhibiting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we got some questions in the chat here.
Yeah, so let me catch up here a little bit. But first of all, John Boy Beats, the legend. Hi, John Boy Beats. Nice to have you in here. We got Alexander. Alexander saying, why do we say that it's unrealistic while we see a plethora of NFTs experiencing the same euphoric rise today? So why is February on Top Shot something that was like unhealthy, unrealistic, and yet it's happening right now with other NFTs?
Can you be a little more specific with that question? I don't quite understand it. Why was February unrealistic specifically to Top Shot?
I think that's what he's asking. But Alex, if you
it's not unreal. I think I'm trying to understand what he's saying. It's that meteor. I kind of understand what he's saying. I mean, could that happen again to Top Shot? Sure. The reason that specific bump happened to Top Shot was because, they said, 15Ks are now going to go LE and everyone went nuts. There was a certain amount of supply and there was an exponential growth of users. Top Shot didn't like that because it bumped up all these commons and they wanted commons accessible to new people. So they overreacted and then they didn't say anything for 4 months. Yeah. Right. The communication was horrible. Can that happen again in Top Shot? Yes, that is going to, I'm telling you guys, you really want to know my views on Top Shot? I haven't been this excited about an investment since Amazon. And I bought Amazon at $140 a share. I had to sell it to buy my house at like $240, whatever. I don't regret it, but I had to buy a freaking house, right? So I had to sell it. But I remember being so excited about Amazon because I'm like, wow, this product is the future of X, Y, and Z. You guys you're so pissed off at Dapper Labs that you're on tilt. Oh, Dapper, they don't know what they're doing. And Dapper, I was the same way, right? The communication and they screwed up. Forget about Dapper Labs. Concentrate on the NBA. This is their product, right? This is the NBA's product, okay? This is going to be a major revenue stream for them, okay? And I was talking to Tandy before this. There are 3,000 Trae Young debuts. That's it. There are 3,000 of them. That's nothing. The fact that there are some available right now on the market blows my mind. It just blows my mind that there's some available now. We're still in beta. Can you imagine when this is brand new technology, when people actually get a hold of this technology and there's going to be a kiosk in every arena. The problem with Top Shot is that they're slow. We're used to everything now. Top Shot is a legitimate corporation, a legitimate business. I can create a freaking NFT with an animal picture in my garage. This is not that. So they're slow. It's going to take time, but this is it, guys. I mean, this, I'm pouring every available resource into this thing.
Yeah, I feel like we need to throw a not financial advice robot in here at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Financial advice.
Yes, please. Sorry about that. This is what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. This is, honestly, I want to tell you guys this. I'm just some freaking dude, right? This is just what I'm doing. This is my opinions. Who am I? I'm just some guy. Okay, you want to read this question?
This is a great question because I actually think these are both somewhat undervalued. I think we're seeing, though, that the S2 MGLEs have actually taken off in front of the S1s. So my opinion, I'll start with my opinion, then we'll ask Ben. My opinion is that at this current juncture, the S2s have already kind of taken off quite a bit. So there might still be some values if you are like an NBA head and you're like, oh, that Marcus Smart really shouldn't be $80. I'm willing to put a gamble. He just signed a big contract. Those could be some opportunities. But I think if you also go look at that S1 of Marcus Smart, that might be like $50, $45. So I think there's opportunities in both of them. I have been focusing on these two things, but if you had to choose one, Ben, what are you choosing?
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's player specific, right? So first of all, I wish I could say the F word. I can't, Tandy.
No.
I can't do one F. Like even in like a PG-13 movie, they give you one F word. No? Okay.
I don't want to have to bleep it later. It's too annoying.
Okay. No F word. I don't mess around with Marcus Smart. Okay. He doesn't get me out of bed in the morning. He
gets me out of bed in the morning.
Okay, good. Good for you. And to each their own. Like I said, I'm some guy. I'm some dude. Like I'm not a professional.
Yeah. No, I'm a Celtics fan. That's why.
Oh, are you a Celtics fan?
Yeah. Stan.
Oh, congratulations.
I would go that far. Oh, I love Tatum too. He was my avatar before the cool cat.
But I want to tell you guys this. I'm not something that you can't hear anywhere, or I'm not some professional. This is my opinion, right? You can have a different opinion. I don't give a what's that nice word for shit?
I think you can say shit. Shit's okay.
Can I say shit? I gotta give a shit. Okay. Do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I do. I don't mess around with Marcus Smart. Okay. So first of all, I'm going with my top 5 tier. So I know what the question is. Season 1 common or S2 MGLE. I'll get there. Okay. But here's my top 5 tier. It's everybody's top 5 tier. Should be Luka, Giannis, LeBron, KD, and Stephen Curry. I'm going there first. That's your top 5 tier, right? And so I look at them and I say, first of all, you want the debut. That's where I'm going first, the debut. Because any player has a massive game. You're like, oh, shoot, this guy had a great game. Where's his debut? That's the first place you're going, right? And then the question is it Meagle, MGLE? I don't care about this debate. It's like a total nerd debate that I could really care less about. Is it MGLE or is it season 1 base? The answer is it depends on the player, right? So I go to Luka, right? And I look at his MGLE, it's $1,500. But I see he's got a season 1 common for $718. This was like 2-3 days ago. And I said to myself, I really want his MGLE. I'd probably rather have that at this point. But at $715, I'll take a series 1 common, because a collector will be making those same decisions, right? And so I'm looking at value appreciation. That same collector that comes in an hour from now is going to say, oh, I'm going to buy that series 1 common now just because it's cheaper. That's how most people think. So I bought that series 1 common. You can look at my Twitter or just go to the blockchain. And I bought it at $718 2 days ago. It's like 900 something bucks right now.
Yeah. Yeah, things are flying right now. Here's from John Boy Beats and
JBB. I'm in his Discord. I like JBB's Discord.
Yeah, it's great. And when he's talking about what to look for, you should pay attention. So he's saying that due to the collector base invested in S2 MGLEs, I think this set is a perfect mix of rareness with a low mint count and ability to still be a liquid set. I'd agree. And also the fact too, this is something that I was also kind of struggling with. I think there's a lot of values in the S1. At the same time, a lot of the people who own those S1s paid like $1 and a stick of gum for it. Whereas the MGLEs are more recent and they're not owned by 5 people. I'm not necessarily saying that these moments that are owned by 5 people is a problem, because I also think that where we've gotten now, if people wanted to jump off, they would have done it already. And if they're gonna jump off little bit at a time in the future, perhaps. But the people like the big accounts, like the big NFT whales, like Pranksy and people like that literally bought like $100,000 worth of stuff and then just dumped it all. Like those people are already gone. They've already moved on to the other NFTs.
Right. No, I think you and John make a great point. I mean, you cannot mess with the S2 MGLE. We're talking Top Shot debut. We're talking about MGLE. and we're talking about Series 1 comments. That's really all I try to mess with. I don't do cute inserts with the strip, all this other crap. I mean, I mean, what determines value, right? There are these standard things that determine value: mint count, the set. You can't underestimate also community determinants, right? What does the community find valuable? Anthony Edwards' Rising Star, it's got a bigger mint count than the Anthony Edwards MGLE, right? But it's twice the value. So sometimes things don't hit the markers of the standard mint value indicators, right? Because the play is awesome. And a lot of that sometimes is community driven.
Yep.
However, based on standard indicators, MGLE is a core Top Shot set. Just like, guys, tip of the freaking day, Holos. Holos.
Holos?
Holos, man. Do we have a freaking meme for Holos?
Top Shot. Probably just be Homer saying he's rich, but
yeah.
I can't afford a Holo.
I'm blown away because Top Shot economist, whoever this guy is, I don't know who the frick this guy is, but and Dapper, if you're watching, God bless him. Whatever he's doing right now, great. Which is another thing, guys. My head is exploding with Top Shot. I get so juiced about this stuff, but thank God, Top Shot. You guys, when packs, no packs. This is what we've been asking for 3-4 months. Limit the supply. We haven't had a pack in 2 months. Look how freaking great this is. This is like almost February, right? When there was no supply and we were buying everything. It's like that again. I don't need packs. Look at these quests. Let's do quests with SHIT we already own, and they'll give us packs for it. Great. Yeah. Why do we need? I mean, yes, let's get a pack every now and then so we can get our juices flowing, and then, we'll eat the mangoes and we'll go to bed and we'll do whatever we do, right? But this is fantastic. What was the original question?
I don't know, but you know what? I think this is a good chance to move on to the next topic of discussion,
okay, sure.
Which is
Holos. Can I just finish with the Holos?
Yeah, Holos. Yeah, finish with the Holos because someone.
The Economist comes out and he puts out an article that says the pinnacle of the Top Shot experience is rares and, in italics, especially legendaries. Top Shot has a track record of telling you what they're going to do and then doing it.
But they've been saying that. They've been saying that since the beginning, haven't they?
What?
That like rares, the collectors who really value Top Shot are going for the legendaries. You're a very special collector, and this kind of wording. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That doesn't surprise me. Is what I'm trying to say. Like the Economist says, legendaries are special. Okay.
In italics.
I don't care if it's bolded.
Okay, fair enough. Hot take. Can we get the hot take meme?
Yeah, hold on. Let's get a hot take meme.
And he doesn't care. Okay. Then Broham, a week or two ago, tweets something about legendaries.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's for hardcore, look at Cool Cats. They were teasing us about Cool Cats, and boom. And we're going to talk about Nine Lives Lounge. I'm telling you, that's the place to be if you love Top Shot. It's a premier experience in Top Shot. But I'm telling you, Holos are still ridiculously cheap. There's so many market inefficiencies right now in Holos. Marcus Smart is like the same. I don't want to pick on Marcus Smart. There's some.
How much is Marcus Smart?
Marcus Smart. It's been a day or so since I checked. He was like $1,200 or $1,400, and Brandon Ingram's like $1,100. Market inefficiency. You buy Brandon Ingram. So either Marcus Smart is too expensive, which he obviously is, or Brandon Ingram's too cheap. Brandon Ingram was an all-star at 23, and he's playing with Zion Williamson for the rest of his career. Hopefully.
No, I absolutely.
I'm buying Brandon Ingram at $1,100 if I had the money.
Yeah. No, I was making buys like that in February, and I'm still licking my wounds to go spend $1,200.
Forget February if you have the money. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. You shouldn't overspend. But forget February.
No, I agree. All right. Okay. So speaking of Nine Lives Lounge, let's pull back that velvet curtain real quick because I want to hear about like the drop-ins from Dave for marketing and Roham. So let's just take a quick look right now at a live look. All right. Well, did they make you wear those masks during the live chats?
Well, I can't really reveal too much. I don't want to get kicked out, but they make us do a lot worse.
Oh, geez. All right. So tell me about the Nine Lives Lounge. Everyone in here who's not in the Nine Lives Lounge definitely wants to know what's going on in there. What are you guys talking about?
There's a lot of cool people in there. There's some annoying people, but there's generally a very cool community. It is the pinnacle of the Top Shot social experience, it's the top of the mountain if you're really into Top Shot. That was funny. But yeah, if you're really into Top Shot, you have to be in Nine Lives Lounge. It's going to have the most utility of really anything in Top Shot. I think it's going to appreciate the most of anything in Top Shot, because what's going to happen is they're going to keep releasing utility for Nine Lives Lounge. I mean, I don't want to give away anything. I don't really have secret information either. I'm just saying, reading the room, right? Remember, I'm just some dude, but reading the room from basically what I'm gathering, they're just going to keep releasing things, right? I'm like, oh, Nine Lives Lounge is now entitled to this, right? Because Rohan went on and said, this is going to be the Soho Club, whatever that means, of Top Shot. So for the rest of time, this is going to be the club of Top Shot, right? And so if you're really into Top Shot and you have the money, don't leverage yourself. But if your money's in the bank, what is it doing there?
Oh, that's a spicy take. That's not financial.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice at all. This is just my philosophy. What is it doing there? It's just sitting there. You're not getting any percentage on it, right? First of all, this is not new stuff, right? Not new stuff. Everybody knows this. It's just sitting there. I want it to appreciate, right? Anyway, if you don't have the money, don't. But if you have the money, it's a super solid investment. That LaMelo ball is just going to keep going up. It's a great community. Luke is in there. You have special access to all of the Top Shot employees. Not special. I don't want to say special, but you have access to them. Jacob comes in there. Luke is in there. Dave, the VP of marketing, came in there. They don't reveal anything special, but the communication is so key. Rohan was in there the other day, and everybody freaked out like a little girl.
But what are they saying though? Like when Roham comes in, is it anything beyond what we heard like months ago, which is like, we're going to hook you guys up? Is it anything beyond that? When Dave comes in, is he talking about?
Officially, no. I'm not here to create a controversy. No, there's not. However, every time you hear Roham talk, what is your confidence about Top Shot? Does it go up? Goes up, right? It goes up. So every time they come in, like the SVP of marketing, and you just kind of, they don't break any news, but you get an idea of who are these people that you're entrusting your 20, your 15, your 10, your $5,000 with, right? You're entrusting your money to these people. Who are these people, right? And when you get a sense of who these people are, and you get a sense that they're bright, committed, love the Top Shot, and they care about the community, which I didn't know in April, May, and I was complaining all the time about Top Shot. I didn't know because there's no communication. And who are these people, right? My account value is tanking. Who are these people doing that with my money?
Here's what this guy says. Feels the same way.
NLL folk got bent over. Sorry, the perks weren't interesting. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion, man. I mean, I'll laugh all the way to the bank.
And it's another one. This is a positive take of Nine Lives Lounge.
General chat experience in this is like two different worlds. The NLL is what comes close to very successful discords. Okay. I've got an ape. I never go to the yacht club ape. It's a picture of a monkey. I could really care less. Yeah. So,
all right.
I mean,
so nothing specific, but it's more like it just kind of gives you some general confidence. But I would actually ask you one question based on this, which I was thinking about, and it's kind of related to the way the sets are going up, which is, do you think that the Nine Lives Lounge members, and obviously this is sort of like a subjective opinion because you're inside of it, but like, do you think that the Nine Lives Lounge members are like being overly focused on and compensated? Or do you think it's like fair? Or what do you think? Or do you think it should give other people who are not in the lounge, can't afford it, but they should feel good about the fact that the Nine Lives Lounge people are getting so hooked up over and over? What do you think?
You can't make everyone happy. Roham came out and said, we are going to make this the Soho Club of Top Shot. He came out and said that months ago. So you knew what was happening, right? You knew it. He said it. And so you had an opportunity at that point, just like, even though you made fun of me, the Top Shot economist came out and said, legendaries are the pinnacle of the Top Shot experience. You have an opportunity right now to buy legendaries.
Well, so hold on. Let's go back to that then for a second.
Yeah.
What are you thinking then? Are you thinking that people who own legendaries are somehow going to be put in a special box, or what are you thinking? Or you just think the value of those is just going to skyrocket based on all the new users who have money coming into Top Shot?
Number one, I have no idea. And number two,
it's speculation.
You want me to speculate?
Of course.
That would be just gosh darn irresponsible, Tandy, and I'm not in the business of that. I will say this. Legendaries are so cheap right now. Like when we all joined in legendaries, it was like, I was like a little kid and I was like, a legendary? Like, how could I ever afford one? That would be my dream. I mean, now I have 4 or 5. Like they were so expensive. And now they're so cheap. You can get one for like $600, right? It's like Serge Ibaka, but it's a legendary. So at the end of the day, if I bought a legendary at $600, it's guaranteed to double in a certain time period. So I'm already good, right? Now let's speculate. What's going to happen? I don't really know. Worst case scenario, hard court. You can probably make some money on hard court with a legendary. I don't really know. All I do know is Dapper is going to follow through to some degree on what they've said. That I feel confident in now that I've gotten an idea of who these people are. Look, dude, Jacob, like I didn't really, first of all, when I first went to talk to him, I'm like, who is this dude? And I see him in the videos. I'm like, who is this guy? Right? He comes in there, and I would say the biggest takeaway about this guy, first of all, he's a total NBA like nut, right? Which makes you feel good. And another takeaway is this guy's worked unbelievably hard. Like he lives in New York, I guess. He's on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast. It's like 9:00, right? My wife's watching TV. I'm like on my phone, like whatever. He's like, oh, okay, guys, gotta go. I'm going to work. It's like midnight. You know what I mean? So these people really care about the community. They really care about their job. And the number one thing they care about, they want Top Shot to be a success. So I'm buying.
Yeah, I think in general, I have to agree with you. All right, so I think that covers the Nine Lives Lounge conversation. One person asked you an interesting question, but I think you know the answer to this. I'm guessing it's the Nine Lives Lounge.
Usually, I like to have answers. Usually. Whoa.
Are you seeing that?
Oh, sorry, Ben. Pick one. 2 Luka Top Shot's debut versus 9 Lives Lounge. And this is Chubert. Okay, I know Chubert. He's a Warriors fan. Are you NLL too, Chubert? 2 Luka Top Shot debuts versus 9 Lives Lounge membership. I'm sorry.
What's the debut at right now? Do you know roughly?
4 grand.
So it's like 8K, and then what's the 9 Lives Lounge total?
I mean, LaMelo by himself is 5. Give me NLL.
Yeah, I mean that's like too close that it has to be the NLL. Like it would have to be like 15K for 2 Lukas compared to like 8 for the 9 Lives Lounge, you know? And then would you still go a 9 Lives Lounge?
Yeah, I'm going NLL.
Yeah, all right. Still going NLL. So that's very bullish on NLL.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on NLL. I want to be in the premier club. I want to be when you go to the airport and you're always looking in the Delta Airlines lounge, like, oh man, couldn't I sit in there with the food? I want to get in that place.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got here. You had a hot take. You had a hot take about like Top Shot being the next Bitcoin, but I feel like we've sort of in general covered that. There's another take that I thought would be kind of fun. This is more NBA related. And I know that you went in on this for like hours last night on Twitter. But there was a hot take recently about Kevin Durant, how Kevin Durant will never be an all-time great compared to Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, those kind of players. Do you feel like that take is incorrect?
So you want to go real NBA now?
Yeah, let's just do a little real NBA, and then we'll go like rip some packs after this.
Okay, so you're saying KD will never be as good as MJ?
Well, it's not necessarily. Well, yeah, he'll never be as good as MJ. That's for sure.
Okay.
I think it's almost a question of like, I don't know if you judge this based on talent or if you judge this based on just like, is he an all-time great? Like, is Tim Duncan an all-time great? I would argue yes, and it's not
Duncan won 5 titles, and one of them was 19 years apart.
Okay, and he is an all-time great, and
Duncan has 3 Finals MVP when he was the man. So yeah, Duncan is an all-time great. Duncan is a top 10 player of all time.
So then, do you think Durant deserves to be in that conversation purely based on? See, I feel like we're just going to agree.
Okay, no, not yet. I mean, he could be. He could be. I mean, if he decides to. He could be. Something about Durant rubs me the wrong way. He could be. He's got to have more hardware, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I think actually there's a news release just coming through. He's just published a new blog. Oh, look at that! It looks like Kevin Durant is joining the Bucks.
I mean, I think the more spicier debate is the Durant versus Curry debate. To me, that's spicier. Okay. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm a Warriors fan. I do recognize 8 or 9 out of 10 people will take Kevin Durant. I do recognize that Kevin Durant has the more physical talent. If it was one-on-one, it's KD. KD wins in a lot of areas, but man, something about Curry is just unbelievable. The fact that physically, he's really not that gifted in terms of athleticism or size, and everything he does is skill. And he just finds a way to just dominate and change the game. And if it were not for, I mean, people kind of lose sight of this. Oh, they blew a 3-1 lead and da-da-da. Just forget about that for a second. This was a 73-win team, the greatest regular season in history, right? That did not have KD. Let's forget about the KD team. If not for LeBron Space Jam James at the height of his powers, he is the third, 2 or 3 greatest player. Some people say the greatest player of all time. If not for LeBron in an incredible play against Andre Iguodala and the Draymond Green suspension, look at the confluence of events that had to happen. I mean, we're already talking about Curry as top 10 player of all time. So there are some extreme circumstances that led Curry and those 73 Warriors to lose. And it was basically LeBron, right? So I don't know. I think the Curry versus Durant debate is a little more interesting than most NBA people give it credit for.
Yeah, I think that's true. It deserves a spicy take. I mean, like, I think it's hard to say who's the better player because I think there's so many other things involved. I think absolutely Curry changed the game. Absolutely. Now you have centers jacking threes because of Curry. And Curry spaces out the floor in a way. I think you shared a clip on Twitter where Durant was basically driving down the lane and everyone just opened like the Red Sea because they were scared that Curry would get the ball and shoot a three. So it's hard to say. I mean, that's why it's kind of a room for spicy takes. I wonder if there's any spicy takes in the chat.
Let's go to the chat here.
So Colin saying Curry changed the game. Exactly. He changed the game. Anyway, I think that's spicy. It's spicy. Let's see. Paul says Durant is the 3rd, maybe 4th most skill ever.
That's my guy, Paul, by the way. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, and he says it's not debatable. So I guess you can't respond to that, Ben.
Well, it's not debatable. He said it, so he's right. There's no debate.
So here's one more question about Top Shot here. One more. Thoughts on LBJ no look 3 and the KD 7500. S2 commons but stars.
Okay, so here's another. Get your hot take ready. Here's another.
Let me cue that up. All right, go ahead.
Well, hold on. Maybe you won't think it's a hot take.
All right, I know I need like a lukewarm take video, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this could be like lukewarm. People are so connected to like their moments and when it's at a loss. I took a bath on my no look 3 in my 7500 because during the dip because I could then take that money and put it towards appreciating assets, right? So Dapper, they're a startup, essentially. They're still in beta. So they're a startup, right? And so they're constantly tweaking and changing the rules. We thought 15Ks and 7500s were the cards. We all bought them and paid thousands of dollars for them. Then Dapper comes out and says, no, they're not the cards. As soon as they said that, we should have ditched them. We didn't. We all held on to them, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I figured it out and I ditched them. And I think I sold them for a couple $100 each. And I paid $1,400 for the LeBron no look 3. What a genius!
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Right. So what an idiot, right? I paid $1,400 for the LeBron no look 3, and I sold it for $200-300, right? But that $200 in Dapper, I put it towards a premium moment because that no look 3 isn't premium anymore. No matter what somebody tries to tell you, oh, the LeBron no look 3 is a really community. No. It's not anymore. The Durant 7500 only could maybe consider that because Durant really doesn't have that many premium moments, right? So people are so reticent and hesitant to sell when they're down. If you've got a moment that's sitting there, a premium moment, sell that, get that money, put it towards an appreciating asset that's about to rocket. Don't hesitate to do that.
But so you're saying that like the LeBron S2 is not going to rocket?
There will be a time possibly in the future where that value will recuperate. I don't know when. The only way it will bump now is because there's still some sort of this community driven, this is still a moment. You know what I mean? That we want to have the no look 3. Okay, that's fine. People feel that way. I could be wrong, right? This is my opinion.
But you'd rather take that 200 and go spend it on like an S1 or like
MGLE.
MGLE, yeah.
Look at this.
I agree.
I don't know if you just saw the latest tweet. If you look at the top 5 tier, right? Giannis, Luka, LeBron, Steph, and KD. Mm-hmm. LeBron, MGLE, it's a reward card, but it's 3,000. KD is 1,900. Luka is 1,500. Giannis is 750.
750?
Why?
What-
Now, people
what-
are going
what-
to say it's because
Yeah. What
Giannis
moment
has
is
too many moments, is what people are
that?
going to
Okay,
say.
okay. Yeah, that is part of it.
But is it that much part of it? $750? That half of all those other guys? He just won a title, and in Game 7 at 50 and whatever the hell he had, 17?
Yeah.
No, that's a market inefficiency, and they're everywhere.
Mm.
And so I bought the
Mm.
Giannis, and I think it's going to make me a lot of money. I could be wrong. I don't
Which
think
one
I
was
am.
that? That was his S1?
Is S2 MGLE. We're just talking S2 MGLE.
Okay, S2 MGLE.
Why is he? Huh?
How much was that?
I bought it for $750.
Okay.
Why is he half of Luca? Here's
I don't
another. Here's another piece of advice. Right?
Yeah.
You look at the top 5 tier as far as investments. LeBron, KD, and Steph. If they were to break their leg tomorrow, especially
Mhm.
KD and Steph, and it had to retire, God forbid,
Yeah.
your investment is safe.
Yep.
You're done. Your investment is safe. They're already all-time grades.
Yep.
Luca breaks his leg tomorrow, God forbid.
Mm.
He could and pulls a Derrick Rose, even though his game is not based on athleticism. I get it, but I just want you to start thinking about that.
Right.
Your investment is not safe because he hasn't accomplished what we think he's going to accomplish. He's a
Yeah.
top 5 player in the NBA right now. Goodbye, Kawhi Leonard. Okay,
Hmm.
he's a top 5 player in
I
the
see.
NBA. Hot take? Can we get the hot take?
That was spicy.
He's top 5 player in the NBA right now, but his legacy is not cemented. Those other guys are. So if you're looking at a big money investment, go for the guys that already have their legacy cemented, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's a great way to close out. There's a lot of very great jewels on this, and I'm gonna have to go over this and like chapter it out to help everybody out. But thank you, Ben. You're a great guest, and anyone in this chat, if you're not already following Ben, of course, go ahead and do that.
And you guys want to chat? If you guys ever want to chat, DM me. I always want to talk Top Shot. You know, get me away from my family.
Yeah. When you're on
And
the
Tandy,
toilet.
thank you, guys. Keep on Tandy's stream. He's got a great freaking show. Tandy, thank you so much, man, for having me on.
All right, thank you, Ben. All right, well, let's continue on. That was an awesome conversation. Really great mix of strategy and just knowledge about Top Shot. And Ben is somebody who has given criticism when it was fair, criticism that was due. And I think that's something that we have to welcome in this space. We can't just be a space of toxic positivity. I think too much of the NFT space is toxic positivity right now. We need to be able to hear people from all sides. And as long as people treat each other with respect, as long as people are willing to listen to each other, that's what's really needed, in my opinion. That's kind of what I try to do with this stream. And thank you, Packrip. Like the stream, like the show, give that thumbs up. Where's that? Right here. Like and subscribe if you haven't done it already. So the next thing that I thought might be interesting is the other day, I purchased one of these soccer packs, and it was like a total headache. It was from a product called Real Fever. So basically, they are like European football packs, and they take a lot of influence, or a lot of they want to be like Top Shot, I believe. And so I'm going to open one of those. I haven't opened one before. And we're going to see like what that experience is like. I think that's kind of interesting. I can tell you though that just the fact of getting the money to get it was like such an unbelievable headache. You had to convert like 2 or 3 different times. Unreal. And compared to Top Shot, it's just insane. But anyhow, so I'm going to open this basic one here. I'm holding onto the rare one just because I think that I want to see what happens in the marketplace. So we're currently in the wrong network. Let me fix that. All right. Nope, sorry, it's a Binance. So as you see, it's a little crazy how much work you have to do to open one of these things too. You have to be in the right network, the Binance Smart Chain. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. Let's just look at some comments while we're waiting for this thing to open. If it takes too long, we're just going to move right along to my good pal, Tandy, MyTandy, who's going to open one of his packs. And you know what? This is a great example. This is a great example of comparing everything else to Top Shot. We are literally watching this spinning icon, and I have no clue how long this is going to take to open. So we're going to give it like a couple more seconds, and if not, then I'll just record it later and upload it. So so this guy says Joey's the one who's a little bit bearish on the No Lives Lounge, who's saying still waiting for anything to be said on why we should put money into No Lives Lounge. I mean 9 Lives Lounge. I mean, I think Ben covered that. I think the fact is that Roham keeps entering the chat basically and saying like We're going to give you immediate access. We're going to give you, I mean, I can jump, Ben, you can jump in one more time if you want to just answer this. Let's see.
Hey, I mean, I don't really know how to answer it without saying something that's going to cause controversy. I mean, I usually love controversy. I get the sense that NLL, it's a little sensitive, so I don't want to really say too much. I can tell you again, it is the top of the mountain. Listen to my words. It is the top of the mountain in Top Shot. It is the highest. It's Olympus of Top Shot, right?
But I think what he's saying though, Ben, is like,
yeah,
those are kind of pie in the sky ideas of like,
they are.
Okay, I want to be in the cool guys club, but like I guess what he's asking for, which I don't think exists, is like, tell me what you're getting physically, like right now. Tell me what you get now.
Okay.
Why do I spend this money?
So you have the initial perks, which is everybody got 3 packs. I'm getting this infinite objects thing, iPad display, where I get to display my monads. Yeehaw, right? Okay. And there are more things to come. Okay. I can just tell you discussions. There's no breaking news, but I can just reading between the lines. I can't tell you so much because I don't know. And I don't want to speculate. Again, that would be irresponsible of me. You make your own decisions. I've made a decision based on what I've heard in the 9 Lives Lounge that this is where I want to be, number 1. And number 2, if I could right now, if I had the money, which I don't, I'd buy another LaMelo Cool Cat right now. Because I believe that as time goes on, and once again, I said this already, more information will be released about the 9 Lives Lounge, about why this is one of the best investments in Top Shot that you can make. Yeah. That's my opinion.
All right, I think that's fair. And even if you just were to like get the LaMelo purely there, if we're talking about like appreciating assets, so to answer, I forget the username, but to answer that, it's like those assets are going to go up, so there's a reason to buy. All right, so very good. All right, Ben, I'm going to let you go again. See ya. So let's bring in my buddy MyTandy. He's sitting here in the background. So hello, MyTandy, and nice to have you on the stream.
Hello, Top Shot Tandy. It's me, MyTandy, aka not Tandy, aka Tandy Flips, aka Farts. I'm holding bags. Great stream today with Ben. Very much enjoying it.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree. It's been a great stream. I'm glad to have you on. And by the way, guys, let's look at that. It's still spinning. So we're not going to be opening that pack today.
So, Tandy, quick question to start here. Do you think this is going to be our last S2 pack rip of the season, or you think we might get another one? What do you think?
I think we very well might get another one. I know that we're going to get another pack that has, for example, those 4K rookies, because there's more circulation that needs to go out. But it's definitely one of the last ones, that's for sure.
All right. So then I guess the next question is, what are we hoping I'm going to rip? What does everyone in the chat hope I'm going to rip? Because remember, Tandy, we are doing a giveaway of one of those moments. So yeah, I don't know if you want to hype that up, but
yeah,
you know, I'm in just a moment, we're going to rip this thing. One of them we're going to do a giveaway to your audience.
I know, you got to be live in the chat. So we've only got like, I think 15 or so. So it's a good odds for anyone in the chat right now.
All right. Well, I can tell you from a Celtics fan point of view, because I know you're a fellow Celtics fan. I know what I'm not trying to rip here. Okay. I think Kemba Walker is one I'm not hoping to rip here. We said goodbye to him. He's a Knick now. So we'll see you, at the Garden. And I want him to please drive the paint against Time Lord, protecting the rim. I hope we get to see a few of those. One that I'm not ripping is Evan Fournier, also Knick. We said goodbye to him. I don't think he got a Celtics moment, Simon, did he?
No, he didn't.
He did not. How would you feel if we ripped the Shemi? I mean, that sounds a little, strange there, but if we ripped the Shemi, he's moved on to the Bucks, I believe.
I believe so.
Trying to fill PJ Tucker's shoes. I don't know.
Yeah, I think let's see what we rip. I feel like you're gonna rip a Kemba Walker, if I'm honest.
I thought it was a Porzingis. I thought that's what
I think you're gonna get a Kemba and a Porzingis, and then I don't know what your third's gonna be.
All right.
Let's hope it's something really special.
All right. Well, two last thoughts on this things I don't want to rip here. Well, one thing I know I'm not going to rip. Well, I don't want to rip any Knicks moments, to be honest, Simon. I mean, Top Shot Tandy here. Top Shot Tandy. Because, Knicks fans, the only thing I would want to rip maybe from a pack is the Mellow run it back if I get that from a pack. But sorry, Mr. Pack Rip Ewing. The only chance of a hoodie Mellow moment upcoming next season is a Lakers jersey. And, Tandy, I heard you're rooting for the Lakers. Is this true? I heard from another stream Tandy.
Yeah. So we were talking. I was on another stream.
Okay.
Caleb is going to be putting out a stream, and yeah, we were talking about teams that we thought improved, teams that we're kind of looking forward to. And I'm sort of like a general NBA fan. Like I like seeing the Bulls do well. I like seeing the Knicks do well, and I like seeing the Lakers do well, even as a Celtics fan. And the fact that Russ Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony are both on that team, if the Celtics are not in contention and the Lakers are near the top, I would root for that team to win a title.
Wow. Do you remember the days when?
Do we need a spicy take?
Yeah, that's because I remember the days when we, as Celtics fans, were battling the Lakers. So I think that's an ongoing rivalry. But I'll let it go because there's one thing beyond all I do not want to rip here, and that would be Mr. Ben Simmons. I would pass on that moment. I wouldn't even give it away, honestly.
You know what? You would pass on that moment faster than Ben Simmons passes on a wide open layup in the playoffs.
Oh, in the fourth quarter with his team down by 1, he's throwing it out for 3-pointer for someone on the outside.
It's too bad Jimbo's not here. Jimbo is on he's camping or something. Jimbo is like the world's biggest Ben Simmons fan. So Jimbo, if you're watching this on replay, I'm sorry. MyTandy is not a fan of.
No, that's my spicy take. I think he should try his luck in the Australian League soon. He might not get a good moment there, but I'm not sure about the thing. But you know what? Enough from me here about what I'm hoping to rip. Let's get to it. So let me.
Yeah, let's get that pack open.
How about your soccer pack? Still no.
It's still no.
All right.
So let me see. It's something with the MetaMask. Hold on, maybe I'll figure this out. I gotta pay gas to open the pack. Oh my god! All right,
so contemplate if you want to pass that gas along.
This just shows you again, the Top Shop product is unmatched. I literally have to go pay money to open this soccer pack, this $10 soccer pack. I have to now go put funds inside of a Binance smart wallet so that I can open the pack. So that's just really.
Only
Bay is right.
Top Shot Tandy, paying gas to hopefully rip a Cristiano Ronaldo or 99% of other players we've never heard of before.
I know, it's silly.
All right, we got this up.
All right, let's do it. Let's see. Let's.
All right, here we go.
All right, chat. Let's chat. Let's get that music on and chat. You can tell MyTandy what you want to open first.
What you're hoping for.
And what you're hoping for.
Here we go. I'm hoping. I saw Dream Shaker rip a ridiculous pack.
I saw that too. That was an insane pack.
The 5 Badger. I would take any rookie 4 Badger.
Clearly.
Here we go. We're gonna go right to left here. That's what we usually do. Here we go.
Let's do it. Oh, B Porzingis.
Oh, is Porzingis in the moment? He's there though.
All right. Jalen Brunson's a decent serial. I don't know. That's probably a trade ticket right there.
Porzingis is in the moment though. Look, there he is. I see. Oh, is that him falling to the ground?
Oh, does he fall? He fall over like a young giraffe?
I'm pretty sure that was Porzingis falling over to the ground there. So I think we got our Porzingis. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Goals. Wow.
Who's that? Laurie Markkinen? Okay, this is not exactly the most exciting
nice pack, though. I think this plays a little bit better than the last one. Is he even on the Bulls still?
I think so.
We got 2 trade tickets so far. Top Shot Tandy. Here we go. Okay, come on. Let's make this one the one. Oh!
There you go.
Coral 2294 out in the audience there. This one's for you. This one's probably the pull of the bunch. Now, Top Shot Tandy, I'll let you decide how we do this.
Yeah, I told the people that they need to retweet, so we need to give the people a few seconds.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna do the Trae Young here for you.
Oh wow, that's nice.
So because people need to know that the Top Shot Tandys and Tandys stick together. So if you showed up and watched this whole stream today, you could have a chance at the Trae Young. That's what we're gonna go with because Tandy, only the best.
That's a real mensch right there. Real mensch. All right, so I'm gonna kick. Yeah. All
right, so I guess I can stop my. We can stop this, right?
All right, so let's see here. Let's give these people a chance to retweet. All right, people in the chat, come on now, get in there. There's only 7 retweets, and there's 14 of you in here. So if you haven't retweeted this, you're not gonna. I can't pull your name if you don't retweet. So go ahead.
Get 2 more minutes on here. And still, can we get the spinning wheel on the?
Yeah. I'll go load up the spinning wheel. Let's see here. What else? What other teams are you looking forward to in the next upcoming season, MyTandy? You can go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
You know that I have infamy for flipping Miles Bridges 100 times for $1 each.
That's true.
And so I may keep an eye on the Charlotte Hornets. Are they bringing in the Jello to mix with the LaMelo?
Are they bringing in the Jello? I mean, that'll be really entertaining if they bring in the Jello. Everybody loves Jello.
The one, I respect their Scary Terry, signing, but they probably need to ship out Hayward for me to really want to watch them. I'm also going to keep my eye on the Hawks. We pulled that Trae Young there. I think that he's one of the most entertaining players in the league. I think he's undervalued. I think that was mentioned earlier by Ben that, Trae Young top shot debut moment. I would say, it gets a little chilly when Trae walks in the room and he's going to have quite a career ahead of him. Yeah. And of course, our Celtics. I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like we didn't make much move, but.
Well, I think the biggest move we can make is like a healthy Jaylen Brown. If he comes back healthy, and you got Jason Tatum, and you got all other young players that have really picked it up lately. Like Peyton Pritchard has been crushing it in the summer league, and Robert Williams III. If his knees can stay healthy, then that's a very solid young core of players.
And if I'm collecting, because that championship bag, players that go deep in the postseason do tend to see their moments reused in challenges, whatnot. So I mean, I'll probably be collecting some Lakers and some Nets moments. I think that that's the most likely clash at the end of the season. So like a Melo, Lakers moment might be something I'm keeping an eye on as well. A few Lakers moments, a few Nets moments. Although not Kyrie after, he stomped on that Celtics logo, and that was the ankle he injured. Big Baby Davis pointed that out. So
I know that's why it happened. Clearly. All right, so let me get that wheel up.
This is for Trae Young. Trae Young from deep.
All right, so look, everyone in this room has a really good chance of winning. There's only 9 people on this thing, so good luck to all of you. Let's share this. Let me get this going. Let's see here. All right, here it is. Is that showing up?
Not yet, I don't think.
Not yet. Okay, here we go. Sorry,
here we go.
There it is. All right.
Well, look how big those squares are. You go to Snipe Father's 5-hour stream, you're never going to do something like this.
Never. This is your only chance. So here we go, guys.
This is a tight-knit community we got here.
Yeah, this is for the Trae Young. And if you're watching this on replay, be here live next time. Here we go.
Yeah, you get a shot at it. We don't mess around. I see some other streams, they take the worst player. We take the best player out of the rip.
All right, Brian Jester, you've won. Brian Jester.
Yeah, put your Top Shot name into. I gotta wait 7 days until I can gift it, right? Because that's true. That's
true. You gotta wait rules. 7 days.
But don't worry, we'll put out a tweet next week. Maybe if you do this stream again next week, Top Shot Tandy, we'll make the official gifting. Hopefully, maybe even another pack. Maybe there's going to be a run backpack to rip. Who knows? Ooh. One can wish.
I think that we might see that in a week. That'd be amazing. All right, so the Jester, make sure you DM. You can DM MyTandy or you can DM me, and we will get that moment over to you.
And Top Shot Tandy, I just want to say that you have one of the most underrated streams. We're talking about underrated, undervalued streams. You're definitely on that list there. So keep up the good energy. Keep up those wonderful, weekly videos. That keeps me fueled and interested in what Top Shot might have next. So thanks, Top Shot Tandy, on behalf of all the Tandys out there.
Oh, well, I'm sure there's many other Tandys that'll watch this video one day, and they'll be very glad that a Tandy is wishing another Tandy well. So thank you.
Hopefully your Meta Tandy wallet picks up that soccer thing later, okay?
Yeah, I got to put some like Binance coin in there or something.
Oi. All right. Later, Top Shot Tandy.
All right, later. All right, guys. Well, that's the stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll let you know when the next one is. I think we could have a pretty special guest on the next one. I'm not gonna name any names just yet. We got to make sure it's confirmed. But you can also look out for an interview. This week, I'm going to be interviewing Alexo, who is like arguably one of the biggest whales in Top Shot. He owns every single moment ever on Top Shot. He's completed every single challenge ever on Top Shot. So that's going to definitely be interesting. So if you want to ask some questions about that, for Alexo, definitely ask me on Twitter. Maybe I'll even ask him what his favorite cereal is, like AG wanted me to ask Andrew the other day. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you on Twitter. And until the next time, and let's just get that little outro music. So thanks, guys. Take care.
Static Selector.